Okay, so I'm working on my awning. I'm going to do a 6x8 awning off the side of my 4Runner. And you know what? I'm keeping it real, folks. This is my welds. So I'll get better. I'll grind those up and probably take another crack at them. But part of the problem is I got a thick metal, which is the bolt, and then I've got very thin metal, reasonably thin metal, which is the conduit. Focus, you. And anyway, so the loops in the tarp will hook around those, and then I don't think I even need nuts on them because then the string will keep it taut. I saw this somewhere on another website somewhere, and the idea stuck in the back of my mind. But anyway, I am welding these bolts onto the back side of this, and we'll see how it works. Like I said, I'll clean those welds up, make sure that I've got good penetration into both sides of that steel, and throw a coat of paint on it. What I'm doing is I'm spending about 80% of my time on the head of that bolt, and then 20% into the conduit, and I've got good ventilation blowing across here to keep that galvy fumes out of my face. I'm I'm holding my breath, welding, walking away, because I've had that nauseous galvy sickness before, and I hate it. So anytime you're welding galvy, just don't. But I assume my own risks, and I am welding this, but I'm taking precautions not to breathe that shit in. So anyhow, here we go. All right, I've got it mounted. Got it mounted to the roof with these U-bolts. That's what they look like. I don't know. You can see that. So the idea is that we're gonna hook these, and yeah. So I'm gonna put the phone down, or the camera, whatever you want to call it, and see if I can get this tarp up. So this is mostly for shade, but in the event that it rains, I'm going to have a problem. So I posted the question to a couple of Facebook groups, and somebody suggested, that's a great, genius, simple idea, one more set of tent poles. Now I can't really. So one more set of tent poles. They said a third of the way. I don't really have a choice, so I'll have to go like halfway. That's slightly taller, and so I'll just get another set of tent poles, and that should put like a peak in the roof, and I should be good. Now there's one pretty serious flaw in this design. Now everything works great. These hooked in, but the problem is when I went to put it on, well, when I picked where to put those studs, I marked it off the tarp. And when I went to put it back together, I started with this side. And these things are made so cheaply that the hole spacing's not consistent. So that's a problem. So I had to put it back exactly the way I had it. But that doesn't mean that if this tarp wears out and I go get another one, that they're going to be spaced right. So that's just something I'm going to have to address when this tarp wears out. So anyhow, daylight's fading, and but I think that's going to work. 2 more tent poles, some more paracord, and we'll have shade. And this is what it looks like with the pole up there. I still need to paint it black, but it's gonna look like this. Run, honey.